Good morning. This is Miss Molinado here, and welcome to my first ever virtual video lesson. I am coming to you this week from my remote library where I have brought some of our friends from library class, if you can see them down here, and I'm going to try to record a few videos so that you can listen to some read alouds. And with 3rd and 4th grade, I have some chapter books that I'm gonna try to read and record some videos and send them to you. For 3rd grade, we were reading Front Desk. I was able to grab it quickly from the school, and we're gonna continue reading that. In 4th grade, I am looking for a good read for us. But today is a Monday, and this week we are celebrating Health and Wellness Week. And I'm just going to share with you some books that I have in my house pertaining to the topic of health and wellness. I have Dr. Dog by Babette Cole, which is one of my absolute favorite books. It's a little silly and funny, and those of you who have heard the story know how silly and funny it can be. I also have The Magic School Bus, Explore Your Senses. Okay, it talks about the 5 senses, and it has Miss Frizzle going on a trip inside the senses of a student. Okay, I have Your Fantastic Elastic Brain, Stretch It, Shape It. And I also have Who Grew My Soup. And today we're going to start with Who Grew My Soup. Boys and girls, do you know that it's very important to eat healthy? Very important to eat healthy vegetables and fruits every day and have a balanced diet. Well, guess what? Do you know that when you eat soup, a lot of the ingredients come from fruits or vegetables? Do you know that when you eat pizza, a lot of the ingredients come from things that are grown underground? Why don't you, that's my challenge. If you watch my video and you hear this, look up the ingredients in a pizza, a regular plain pizza with dough, with cheese, with tomato sauce, maybe a little bit of basil, and tell me where those ingredients come from. Where does the dough come from? Where does the sauce come from? Where does the cheese come from? And where does the basil come from? Let that be a topic of discussion that we can have. Email me or send me a comment in Google Classroom with your results, and I'll see who gets those challenge questions right. So today we have Who Grew My Soup. I'm going to sit and read it here. I brought my best friend from the library. Oh, there goes Snoopy. Oh, Snoopy doesn't want to sit still. And of course, our friend the pigeon. Okay, so Pigeon's gonna sit on my lap right here, and we're going to read Who Grew My Soup by Tom Darbyshire, illustrated by C.F. Payne. Now this is a book that I got from the Learning Through Gardening program in order to promote growing vegetables and fruits. Let's start. A boy of age 10 named Phineas Quinn was out playing ball when his mom called him in. "It's lunchtime," she said. "Here's something nutritious." This instantly made young Finn Quinn most suspicious. "It's yummy," she said with a smile brightly beaming as she gave him a bowl of soup gently steaming. I know it's hard, boys and girls. I know you love to look at the pictures, and I'm going to try to get better at this. The camera's a little bit far away. This is a one-man show recording. Maybe one day I'll do a behind the scenes. Okay, let's continue. Finn looked down and thought, yuck, it's vegetable gunk. The foods I prefer are the foods she calls junk. Fake colors and flavors, delicious and dandy. They're in all my favorite sodas and candy. Chemical additives, yummy. They're the best. The snacks foods I crave are preserved and processed. I like food that's deep fried and loaded with sugars. But vegetable soup, yikes, I'd rather eat boogers. This looks too healthy. I bet it tastes icky. So Finn hatched a plan, and oh boy, was it tricky. "I'll eat it," said Finn. "Yes, I'll happily do it as soon as you're able to tell me who grew it, like you always tell me," said Phineas Quinn. "Don't put that in your mouth. You don't know where it's been." "These veggies might come from some weird far-off land like Outer Bungolia or Distanstinan. They might come from places like North Lossmandow or Timbuktu Far or West Hinderloo." "Who grew these carrots? Who grew these tomatoes? Who sprouted this spinach? Who planted these peas? And who picked this celery? Tell me now, please." "I'll not take one sip of this vegetable soup unless you tell me this. Who grew my soup?" While Finn thought himself oh so terribly clever, he'd never guessed what came next, never, ever. His eyes popped, his jaws dropped, he fumbled his spoon. From the sky came a flying tomato balloon. The pilot in goggles was shouting hello from a rather large cooking pot hanging below. "Hop in, hurry up, climb aboard, tally-ho!" "Where are we going?" Finn asked, most alarmed. "We're going," the man said, "to where soup is farmed. I'm Mr. Matu, sheep soup supervisor, and we won't come back until you're super wiser. Our trip won't take long, not at all, no indeed. This balloon can achieve supersonical speed." As soon as he said it, they flew away, zoom, with a whoosh and a whir and a big sonic boom. Finn summoned his courage. He took a look down and found they were already back on the ground. Finn met Farmer Hitchner. Hitchner met Finn. "Mr. Hitchner is the farmer's whose field we are in. These carrots, this field, and this farm are all his. Hitchner's a genius, a super growing whiz." "What carrots?" asked Finn as he looked all around. "They're down here," said Hitchner. "They grow underground." "They grow in the dirt?" Young Finn nearly gagged. "Gee, I've only seen them in stores, washed and bagged." Hitchner took hold of a green carrot top, turned, tugged and twisted and pulled it out. Pop! The most beautiful carrot the world's ever known. Most perfect than any that's ever been grown. "A superstar carrot," Matu said, "can't beat it. So here's an idea. I'll wash it. You can eat it." Finn would rather eat cooties, but being polite, he knew he had no choice. He must take a bite. Boys and girls, do you think you're gonna like a carrot right out of the dirt, washed? That's the freshest carrot you'll ever get. That I can guarantee you. So he tried just a nibble, the smallest of munches, and soon he was making a great bunches of crunches. "Hey, this isn't bad. This carrot's incredible. It's sweet. What a treat. Say, this root is quite edible." "There's something in carrots," said Mr. Matu, "that's good for your eyesight. Amazing and true. I eat them quite often. My vision is great. I can see at this moment that we're running late. So toodle, Hitchner. Come on, Finn, let's go. We've got more places to see where more soup veggies grow." I know my mom told me to eat all my carrots when I was younger. And to be honest, it's one of the veggies I don't like to eat when they're cooked. I can eat raw carrots all day and night. But cooked carrots, maybe in soup only. That's it. But it's good for your eyesight. It seemed that no sooner than they'd left the ground, they'd crossed 17 states and were dropping back down in a field of tomatoes all ripe, red, and round. Finn, meet Farmer Perez. His thumbs are quite green. The tomatoes he grows are the best ever seen. This is delicious," nodded young Finn, as red, ripe tomato juice ran down his chin. "Oh, good, super duper," cried Mr. Matu. "Superlative! Come on, we've got lots more to do." "I'm sorry, Pigeon. Am I blocking your head? Maybe I'll put you on this side instead. Farm to farm, field to field, whiz, whiz, whiz through the sky, from onions so fine they could make a man cry, to potatoes to peas in the blink of an eye. They stocked the best celery, they got to know beans, and met growers who know how to grow greener greens. Matu gave a cheer at the end of the day. These farmers deserve a big hip hip hooray. They're all super love heroes. They're all super great. They grow the best soup anyone ever ate. But it's fine. It's time to go home now, said Mr. Matu. You have your answers. My work here is through. And then, just like that, Finn was back in his chair, and that big bowl of soup, steaming hot, was still there. Guess I'll have to try it, said Phineas Quinn, so he opened his mouth and he spooned some soup in. He swallowed, he sighed, he knew he'd been beaten. That soup was the best thing that he'd ever eaten. Finn said, Hey, how come we've never had this before? His mom, she just laughed. Then she served him some more. The end. Oh no, not the end. Sorry, my mistake. So if you're someone who thinks soup is scary, if facing a bowl makes you worried and wary, take some soup in your spoon, put the spoon to your lips, and then say these words right out loud between sips. Who grew my soup? That's what I'd like to know. Who grew my soup? That's where I'd like to go. And a souped-up balloon might drop down from the blue with a friendly old fella named Mr. Matu, who will take you aboard and then zoom off with you. It might not, but still either way, any day you would soup is a super great day. The end. So, boys and girls, I don't know if you know, but New Jersey is called the Garden State. It's called the Garden State because we are known for growing a lot of things in our gardens. And if you look up down in South Jersey, there are a lot of farms. And some of these farmers sometimes send us little seedling plants that we start growing in our garden outside. And my plan was for last week to start planting seeds to see what can sprout and we can put out into the garden in May. Due to the circumstances, it'll be a little bit delayed, but I still want to do that. So, number one, research where pizza comes from, the ingredients in pizza. And number two, research some farms down in South and West Jersey. We've got a lot of them in New Jersey, and we should be very happy about that. So I want to conclude with a little message about eating healthy, eating your vegetables, your fruit, especially now that we're indoors a lot, doing a lot of physical activity. And just so you know, I think about you every day, and I hope you see me again. Tomorrow will be a new day, and tomorrow I'll have another story to share. Thank you for joining me in Miss Molinato's Storytime Library. Love you guys.